this video is dedicated to Kevin. Kevin is a friend of mine whom I work with, and this year we're working together on Christmas Day. So we are exchanging gifts, and the concept is that the gift has to be free. So this one's for you, Kevin. Merry Christmas. And for everybody watching, this is going to be a fairly low-key video because it's got to be something that Kevin can do. Just kidding, buddy. I know you've been working hard at this. Okay, so we're going to find ourselves on our mat, standing with our feet wider than hip distance apart. And this guy's going to join us for class. His name is Raven. Transfer weight to the front of the foot, so there's a slight hover of the heels. And take your hands to the tops of the thighs. Glide the right shoulder towards the midline for shoulder dips. And left shoulder towards the midline. And take your attention to your feet. The toe pads and mounds press down and out to the sides. The knees energetically press wide, and your hips root back, finding length in the belly, reaching through the crown of the head, gliding side to side at your own pace. Once that's even, find stillness in center. Glide the legs from side to side. Again, the toes press down and out towards the sides. Think about gliding the hips right to left, creeping into the inseam of either leg. And keep the heart high and chin lifted. And come through center. Pivot the toes towards the left. Bend into the knees. Glide the hips back wide. Begin to straighten through the left leg, but keep a micro bend in the knee. Option to walk the hand down the shin. Option to take right hand to the bum. Pick up the bum as you extend the left femur back into the hip socket, searching for that hamstring stretch. Again, keeping the heart high and the chin lifted. Finding gentle pulsing, softening through the knee, rooting back wide. And take one more inhale. Pivot toes back through center. Hands to the tops of the thighs. Glide the legs from side to side. Find stillness, pivot toes towards the right. Deep bend into the knees, glide the hips back, extending through the right leg. Micro bend in the knee, walk the hand down the shin. Option to keep left fingertips on top of the thigh, or to take the hand to the bum. And pick up the bum as you extend the femur back into the hip socket, searching for that hamstring. That pull in the hamstring, I should say. Gentle stretch. And use your toes. Drag them back. This will help facilitate the rooting action, which connects to the back of the hamstring. Softly pulsing in and out. Last inhale. Come back through center. Toes straight ahead. We're going to come into some twists. Take the right hand to the outside edge of left thigh. Left hand can meet the base of the lumbar or reach all the way around to catch the inner right thigh. Bend into the knees, glide the hips back as you begin to twist towards the left. Heart stays high, chin stays lifted, pulsing in and out. Release what you've caught. Helicopter arms all the way around to the other side. Again, right hand meets the base of the spine or wraps all the way around to catch the inseam of left thigh. Root the hips back as you carry the heart forward and twisting towards the right. Reach through the crown of the head. Soft pulse. And here the feet press wide to the sides, engaging into the glutes the whole way. And take one more full inhale. Come back through center. Reach the arms up high. Exhale, let the arms fall. Sweep the arms up high. Exhale, arms fall. One more time. Sweep the arms high. Exhale, let it go. I'm going to switch to side view. My feet are still wider than hip distance. Weight is in the front of the foot. Toes press down and out to the sides, and there's a bend in the knees. Now if you have a block, we're going to use it on the highest setting. Bend into the knees, hands horseshoe hold to the tops of the thighs. Root your hips back so far. Hinging at the hips, the torso comes forward. Take your hands to the block. Now the block is a little bit in front of you, so that when you bend into the knees and glide the hips back, you can press into the block and pull the ribs forward. This is an assisted forward fold. Lengthen the belly, connecting to the hamstrings, reaching through the crown of the head. Can you engage the glutes here? Pressing the feet wide, the knees energetically press wide to the sides. And gentle pulsing in and out. And take one more full inhale. Move the block to the side. Place the hands to the mat. Step the feet back, coming into hands and feet. In this position, we're somewhere between a downward dog and a plank. The heart is lifted, the knees are bent, the tailbone lifts up back behind, so we're in this springy and dynamic posture. Hands are just wider than the shoulders, feet are just wider than the hips. Begin to extend through one leg and then the other, pedaling the heels towards the mat. Eyes look towards the top of the mat. And soften the elbows. Can you lift from the ribs? Pressing the ribs away from the mat. Find some stillness with the legs. Lift right foot, carry the foot forward, and land the shin to the mat on a diagonal, knee up towards the top right-hand corner of the mat. Let the left knee come to the mat. We're setting up to move into cross-legged. So we're going to take the left foot and angle it towards the right side of the mat. Walk the hands back and sit onto your seat. First stop, the knees are high, coming into a twist, twisting towards the left. Second stop, snuggle the knees together, feet wide to the sides, and then twist, connecting to a deeper outer hip stretch. And from here, the twist is from the base of the spine all the way up to the ribs, and it's subtle. We want to keep the head in line with the heart rather than cranking the neck. Everything is in line so it stays in integrity as we gently twist the spine. Be here for one more full inhale. Walk the hands forward. We're going to come back the same way that we came in, rolling over the legs. Take the left foot straight back behind you. Pick up the bum. Keep the legs in this figure four shape just for a moment and extend through the back line of left leg. Hips are high. You should get a pretty good stretch along the back line of the leg. And pulsing, hips back, heart forward. And then replace the right foot to the mat. And shift your hips from side to side. Set up for the twist on the other side. Left foot lifts away from the mat, carry it forward, plant the shin on a diagonal. The knee angles towards the top left-hand corner of the mat. Lower right knee to the mat. You're going to kickstand this right foot towards the left so that you can sit back onto your bum. First stop stays here, twisting towards the right. Fingertips land just behind and off to the right. Second stop snuggles the knees in towards each other to connect to that deeper outer hip stretch and twist. Reaching through the crown of the head, twisting from the base of the spine. The ribs begin to rotate to the right and the head stays in line with the heart. And soften your breath and be here for another moment. On your next inhale, walk the hands forward, rolling over the legs to come back the way we came in. Take right foot straight back behind you. Tuck the toes, lift the knees. So we're coming to this like figure four on 3 points connected to the mat. And begin to extend through the back line of right leg. Pulsing, heart forward and hips back. And keep a micro bend in the right knee. Replace the left foot to the mat. Walk the feet wide. Narrow the knees towards the midline to lower the knees to the mat. Coming into all fours, untuck the toes so that the top of the foot presses gently into the mat. The knees press wide to the sides and the heels hug energetically narrow towards the midline. See if you can engage into the glutes. The lower lumbar dips softly at the base of the spine as the belly bows towards the mat. And then press the ribs away from the mat so there's fullness in the thoracic spine. Pulse the hips back wide. Reach the heart forward, connecting to the front line of the belly, just soft pulsing. And then walk the knees wide to the edges of the mat. Connect the toes behind you. Sit the hips towards the heels and come into a wide-kneed child's pose. Heart melts towards the mat, or you can make a little pillow for your head and connect forehead to your hands or your fists. Allow the breath to be soft. Allow the eyes to shut. And take a full inhale. Reach the arms forward. Press into the hands. Slowly ripple the spine back up to all fours. Take the feet back behind you and the knees back underneath of the hips. Sit back onto your heels. Walk the hands back to the tops of the thighs. Take a moment to breathe full into the rib cage. Press the heart forward and through. Lift the chin. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. And we'll close with a collective breath. One hand to the heart and one hand to the belly. Breathe deep. Release. And thank you so much for practicing with me. Once again, this video is for Kevin. Merry Christmas, buddy. Namaste.